Hello, El Haj. How are you? El Haj, where are you tuning in? I forgot. I wonder how much lag do we have because when it's nighttime, it's not a natural light. Therefore, if it's artificial light, it takes a little bit longer for the system to process, I think. So I wonder if that's going to affect us or not. But El Haj, you are in, not sure, UK, or are you in UK or India? I'm not sure. I'm confused a little bit about who is where. Oh, neither of the two. Where in America are you, El Haj? Oh, Minnesota. Carpe diem. Hello, dear. Yeah. I thought maybe we can spend maybe a bit, and then I just finished work with my appointments, and then some other work I had to do on my computers. And I thought before I go to the gym, since I just ate, might as well use the time, and we can chat for a bit. Whoever shows up. Uh, Good. Carpe diem. I was just talking to El Haj, asked him where he's tuning in because I'd forgotten, and I made two guesses and they were both wrong. So I'm not gonna guess yours. I forgot. Where are you? Where are you at? Robert. Ah, there is my man. Good. He says right away, 33-year-old male from Chicago. And good for you. Now we're getting really efficient here. And he asked, any thoughts on how to manage shame and strengthen self-image? Now, uh, it really does have a little bit to do with the kind of shame, so I can at least use that angle to help clarify and use my examples pertaining that situation. But not knowing, I can generally make a comment on that. And the comment would be, when I was attending university, one of the courses that I really, really liked was behavior in organization. This course was taught by Professor Ferris, my favorite professor, and happened to be my advisor, university advisor, academic advisor at the time. And I hope he's well wherever he is. He was teaching that course, and he said in one of the lectures that at the time one makes a decision, one believes that that decision is correct. You see, think about it. At the time that you're convinced of something and you make a decision, and of course we're talking about normal day-to-day life thing. We're not talking about hazardous thing or things that illegal things or things that people could bring end up bringing harm to other people. No, we're talking about decent, normal day-to-day decisions. That at the time that one makes such decision, one believes that that decision is correct. And the reason being, with the knowledge that you have in your consciousness, which your thoughts are born from the field of the known, the consciousness, where everything is known there. When the thought is born in the field of the known, in the consciousness, it is born based on the information that is already exists in the consciousness at that time. So obviously any thought or analysis or judgment that you make is based on whatever information was available at that time, and you did your best to bring about and make a analysis on the basis of information that was available to you at the time and make that judgment or that decision. Now, if the decision you weren't convinced that it's a right decision, you wouldn't commit to it. Since you have made that decision, that means you believed that decision at the time you made it was a correct one. And if that's the case, what's the shame to be in it? The shame is when you actually know something is wrong, you're 100% convinced it's wrong, and you still go through it. Then you need to kick yourself in the butt. But when we do things and then later on we look at it and say, oh, that was not really a good idea or good choice, good decision. Well, because now that you're thinking about what decision you made yesterday, you have new information. Your consciousness is now been presented with new information, and you have had more analytical functions on it based on new things that you have come to know. So now you're thinking that that decision was incorrect. But at the time that you were making that decision, you weren't privy of these information that you have now, that you're making a judgment about a decision you made yesterday or last month or whenever. So there would be no shame of any sort unless you have crystal ball and you can tell what decision I'm making now, which I believe is correct. It will tell you, yeah, you think it's correct, but you will think it's incorrect a week from now. So don't do it. Well, unless you have that crystal ball, you cannot be feeling shame of anything when you have done your best to make the best decision you can based on what the information is available to you in your consciousness, and on that day, whatever it is that information you needed, then I think you just simply got to be fair to yourself and be cool about it. This is a relative world, and we all make mistakes. And later on, we see our mistakes. If we knew it's a mistake, we wouldn't make it. We're not nuts. I hope that would be something for you to ponder on. Now we have Carpe Diem says, I'm from Alberta. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, okay. Good. Jing Yao. I think you have been to one of the live talks, or at least you have emailed me before. It rings a bell. He says, hi, sir. This is Jing Yao from Malaysia. I'm 33 years old, female. Good to have you here, Jing. And Davon West says, if your ex-girlfriend cheats on you, would you take them back? You mean take her back? Because you can't have two girlfriends at a time, huh? Can you? So, if your girlfriend cheats on you, Devon asks, will you take her back? Or should you take her back? Or should you take her back? He says, I'm 26 and she's 27. Well, you know, everybody has their own rules, but I, under no circumstances, think that when one, you know, your girlfriend cheats on you, What is that supposed to? Unless you guys uh, were not really committed to each other and we're having some kind of a we see other people type of policy, and we were just trying each other's out type of thing. Relationship wasn't really in this, you know, committed stage. Unless it was that, I don't think there's any excuse for your girlfriend cheating on you. I mean, if she does that, then, and that's right at the outset, and you're already committed and discussed things that you're exclusive and all that, then I think, yeah, you know the answer. It just doesn't make sense, really. So, I'm sure you can make the right decision by yourself, but just think about it. Where could be the justification? And when would that stop? So, Carpe Diem says, Mehran, is there a direct way to purchase your books with your autograph? Yeah, if you go to my site, that's direct. That is my site. All purchases, books that are purchased, if they want it to be signed, it comes to me first before it's shipped out. So I will know, I will receive your order, I will see who it is, and then I will write something. If I know the person, then a little bit maybe more directed to him or her. Otherwise, I will write something and sign it and send it. But my site is direct site, is just connected to PayPal, and the site is not a marketing site, although we pay marketing costs for the site to be promoted, all pages of it, but the site is not belong to any other entity outside of me. So therefore, that is the most direct way. You can buy the ebooks from Amazon. They are about $20 or $23 or $26 or $34 each. If you buy the ebooks from my own site, it's $4.99, $5.99, $6.99. So, and if you buy the printed version of it, you can only buy it either from Indigo here in Canada, or you can buy it from my own site, which then shipping is included, and it will be sent to you depending how long it takes to get to you. Shipping is very expensive, therefore, because the books are heavy, therefore we hope that you live somewhere that the postal service is cordial and reliable. Let's see. By the way, guys, I remember I wanted to have this new project of the t-shirts. So the t-shirts are now ready to go. I ordered one myself. I'm waiting for it to arrive to see how the quality is. Apparently it's a good quality. So the t-shirt will have the emblem, the monk sitting in the waterfall with the writings, and then you have 7 choices of my sayings. So you will choose the t-shirt that has your favorite sayings. There's 7 kinds, you know, things that I've said, and it's in the form of a saying. It will be underneath the logo. So you can go, and I put the link up there, way up there on the where you guys start writing comments. So it's right there where I say, you know, hello everyone, shall we have a chat? Right underneath it. Also in the description of the video, when it's going to be uploaded, it's going to be there, because when you scroll down in the descriptions, you will see the address for the YouTube, address for the site, address for the Facebook page, and you see the also the t-shirt link and whatever else is there. Now, Devon says, cheating girlfriends suck. Can't change him. Oh, the carpe diem. Okay, yeah. So Lareb Khan says the best revenge is taking no revenge. Yeah. Well, you know, there is no need for revenge. It just means it's not the kind of relationship you're expecting. You move on. She made her choice. She did something that it was not in the arrangements that you guys had. Then move on. That's it. So Jing says, oh, okay, you guys are just chatting on your own. It's good. Carpe Diem says, Mehran, you have so much wisdom. I used your donkey analogy. Hope you don't mind. No, I don't mind as long as you quote this. Give credit to her, who said the quote. So El Haj says, I'm 23. During a relationship, my ex used to get happy when bad things happen to me. Oh, an idiot. One time she laughed when I told her my mom was in the hospital. Are you sure that she actually laughed out of, you know, spite or something? Or was she just, maybe that was her reaction to a bad news? Because it doesn't seem like something a normal girl would do. If she's your girlfriend, why should she be happy when something bad happens to you? Carpe Diem says, I love your energy and positive vibes. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Prince, good to see you. Prince says it's be funny if you made undergarments with mind that seeks truth in it. Well, how could that be funny? and how could it have any relevance? Carpe Diem says, you have so much empathy. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. You're welcome. Don Diego, oh my goodness, where have you been? You found us on YouTube finally, I guess. Or were you here once before? Because usually I remember you on the Facebook page. Let me just have a sip here. And Jing says, why my ex so upset when I didn't attend / reply to his message? He is the one who initiates the breakup. After that, he blocks me in Facebook because he's very angry. What shall I do? Well, it seems to me from that little bit that you said, which is, I don't really know what's going on, but from that little 2 sentences that I read, it seems to me that he broke up on a reflex, on a I forgot the word. Anyhow, he broke up as a reflex to something that was not coordinated between you two, or in harmony between you two. So something that was, apparently he was so angry that while he, maybe, I'm just guessing, I don't know, maybe he didn't want to break up, but he broke up as a sign of temper tantrum or as a sign of anger. But maybe he really didn't want to break up. And then she expects you to, now that he's cooled down and whatever he's now thinking about you, or the intimacy, or whatever it is that he's missing, or recalibrating himself in his judgment, so he expects to be receiving message without explaining why he broke up. So depends on how you feel about it. If you know what it is, then you know. If you don't know, and you like the guy, he's a maybe good guy or whatever, you can then say, why are you texting me? Express your intention of why you're texting me, because last I know you broke up with me. And if that's the case, I would like to respect your choice, and I would like to respect my own decision of dealing with it and going on with my life. And then if he has something to say, then he will properly respond what it is that caused him to break up. And if not, then you just go on with your life, I guess. Don Diego says, how did you come up with your emblem, logo? Well, I wanted a logo, and I wanted something to reflect calmness and my personality, and the fact that I love meditation and martial arts, and the whole idea of the, you know, that stage of what you see in the world and here, or the movies, the state of the mind of the meditating monk. And when it's waterfall, and it was a beautiful painting, very tranquil. So I liked the painting, so I got in touch with the artist of the painting. It took me a while, couldn't find him, so I couldn't use it. Eventually, he wrote back. He says, I'm sorry, I didn't see your email to me. And I had asked him if I could use his artwork, or if I could buy the rights to it for my use. And he was very supportive and happy for a fee to sell it to me, sell the right for my purposes, and he would still, you know, have the right to use it for other things, or maybe sell it to other people. But anyhow, so, and then of course I decided to put the wordings underneath, and the, you know, the site address on it, and so on and so forth. So hopefully it will be a little bit polished. I have some people who are supposed to do some marketing for me, for the brochures that I'm making, and they may brush up the logo and make it a little bit nicer than what I had created, because that was just a painting, a square painting, and then I sent it somewhere to put this frame around it and do writings on it and so forth. So we'll see. Coral Ong Wei. She says, I think it's a she because the picture is so small. I hope I'm not making a mistake. If I call you guys she or he and it's not correct, I'm sorry guys, the pictures are very small here. She says, hi sir, good morning. Finally I can attend your live talk. My name is Li Wei, 32-year-old Malaysian, from Malaysia, Penang. Aha, welcome Coral. Welcome, and glad that you could make it. Yeah, tonight I didn't intend to have a live talk, but as I mentioned just earlier, I just finished the stuff that I wanted to do, and I wanted to, as usual, go to gym, do some workout, which I recommend all of you do to your own fitness level, some kind of a workout, some kind of an exercise. It's good for all of us. And of course, the older we get, it's better. We have been doing exercise all through our life, so it's not a new thing, and we can simply get back into it and continue, like me. So I enjoy that. So I decided maybe, because there's still a bit time before I go, I said maybe I'll have a talk. And it seems like many people from who never could attend our live talks because of time difference, 11, 12 hours or 15 hours difference. Now, when it's nighttime here, it's daytime for them. That's why I guess many of you have an easy time to catch me in here. You're good of you that you're here. I'm glad that you're here. So now we have Carpe Diem saying, Mehran, may I ask how I can accept the fact that I may never have kids, that I will never find the right woman to help me raise my child? Who do you have? If you have a crystal ball, let us know. We can all use it, because there are things I want to know. You seem to be so sure that you will not, you will never. I mean, how did that come about? I mean, where did you get all that intuition? How, how, what happened? What's the reason that you say that you cannot find the right woman and all that? These are, remember, these are what it looks to you now, but everything moves, everything changes. The universe is always in motion. Everything is expanding and everything is changing. Everything at molecular structure, atomic structure, from the smallest particle of their existence, things are always changing, evolving. So we are part of that, all those little components that makes us, the ingredients. We too can change, and your situation can change. The woman that you don't see it now could appear into your life. You don't know what happens tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen if I just walk in the street now. So how could you tell that you will not find this woman or that woman? You know, it's not fair to the way things are. Did you know 2 years ago, did you know what's going to be happening today? No. So you can't know what's going to be happening tomorrow or a year from now. So be cool about it. Don't be so impatient. And mind you, there's so many other things in this life that you're supposed to learn and experience and grow with and develop yourself through it. Projects, interests, researches, things that you can learn and help yourself and help others through your learning and research. That having a child or being married or whatever, these are things that are great, but if it comes to be, but it's not the only thing that you're in this life for. What? Everybody thinks that what? You came to this life to eat, shit, fuck, and then have a child and that's it? That's it? That's the whole purpose of this life? I don't think so. We are all like a puzzle, pieces of puzzle, of this whole idea of life. This whole idea of the development of the universe. We happen to be that piece of puzzle at this point in time, and in our right and in our role, we have a certain responsibility to do the best we can in this life, learn as much as we can possibly, to do what we love to do, help ourselves to advance and develop and grow, and help others to be helped with our accomplishments that could help them to grow and advance, which as a whole, when everybody does that, the whole universe, the nature, becomes wiser and advances and develops and grows as a whole. And that is part of our duties in this life. It's not all about the physical things that we see everybody, or it's so easy to see it, to notice it, and we think, then that's the meaning of life. Be an infant, go to school, grow up, get a job, get a girlfriend, or if you're a woman, you know, find your man and get married, and then have a child, and well, that's part of it. And there are many people in this life who have found each other, but you know, she can't get pregnant, or he can't, you know, but they still have a fulfilling life, because there's so much more than this scenario that we are focusing on right now. So much more to life, so much more to things to do and learn and experience and contribute to life as a whole. So be patient and don't limit life to just one of the possibilities and interests that you might have. You're welcome, Carpe Diem. Gracious of you. This is, and so Larabe says, I'm 19 years old from India. My ex who broke up with me only talks to me when she's upset with her new boyfriend and wants comfort. Simply tell her, listen, leave me alone. There is nothing here for me, and I don't want to waste my energy for someone who has a relationship with somebody else because you're my ex. If you were not ex and you were just friends and she had a boyfriend and you were friends and you had accepted that this is what it is, just friendship, then okay. But usually if it's your ex and then she has a boyfriend, and whenever she's, then in that way you're actually helping her to carry on with what is not satisfactory to her. Why should you? She had a chance to use your consultation or your companionship or support, and she chose not to. So what are you sucking up to her for? What? Why do you think you have to do that? Because she has something that you want, and that's sex, or to remedy your ego that was broken when she broke up with you. So you want to get her back to prove that I'm as good as the others. What the hell is this comparing yourself with the others? Whether they have hair or they don't, that has no reflection on you that they're better than you at all. Why? Is she the prize of life that whoever she chooses is certainly better than the other people? Bullshit. Nothing like that. So there is no special value to what she's doing for you. It's just using you for her own ability to tolerate something that she's not able to handle or is not satisfactory to her. So I think you should just move on and say, look, you're my ex, I don't want to be in that position anymore. So once you're not in that relationship, then we can try and see where it goes. Otherwise, unless you have no interest in getting back with her and you're okay with just hanging around and hoping that maybe someday, but it's stupid. If you have some sexual desires on her and hope for intimacy and getting back together, then don't make a fool out of yourself. Don't let yourself to use you for her sake. Just go on. You don't have to. Yeah, but a man at 40, obviously you made that decision, or you never was convinced that the women that you're dating are the right one for you, or you weren't ready to have children. But age 40 is not too late to have children at all. So you can still have it. But depends, again, as you said, if you find the right woman. Don't have a child just for the sake of having a child with a woman that you can't rely on, and 3 years, 2 years, 5 years later, she suddenly feels to change path, and that brings so much challenges and hardship on you. But I think you're still okay till age 45. You won't have a child. You're still young to spend time with them, and he or she will be 15 when you're 60. It's still okay. But I agree with you, when it's past 45, you would be at the stage of life that you wouldn't want to spend that energy for playing and running after a child, and because your whole mentality and stage of life has changed. You will do it because of love for your child, but it wouldn't be something that you would want to always do it with the energy level and the interest level that you have versus the interest level you have on other things that at that age you want to relax with or be spending your time in. So I understand what you're saying, but still not too late. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Did I say not at all? Just in case. Carpe Diem says, thank you, sir. I love your wisdom. You're welcome. You're welcome. Prince says, sir, if you were to label your philosophy of life, what would it be? There is no label, really. That's what it is. What I'm saying, there's no label. How can I give you a label where everything that I've said in the books I've written, in the 750 videos that we have made so far and talked about subjects, and they're all part of the philosophy. How can I give it a label? I guess the best label would be Mind That Seeks Truth by Mehran Dadbeh. So, Saul Moreno. It's a mixture between Korean and Italian. I'm not sure which is it. Or is it Saul Moreno? Then that would be, I can understand Saul. Saul says, I have a question. What is the best course of action if the partner has mental illness with really bad depression, suicidal, and has an addiction to cigarettes and alcohol? Well, you need to be supportive. Depends on what stage of relationship you're in, what your decision is about this relationship, and where you think it will go, how it will help him or her, and how it would help you in a way that you could both experience life to the fullest in relation to the situation and the condition that you're in, each one of you. If you have decided to stay together, committed, then of course you would want to make sure that he or she, your partner, gets the best possible medical care, and you would need to be very patient, very understanding. Things will change on a dime. It could be fine today, it could be fine in a conversation. In the middle of it, things could change. He or she may not be as receptive or balanced. These are some of the characteristics of such challenges that many in the world go through. And that is a personal decision you got to make, that how would it be helping you and how would it be helping your partner if you guys do stay together, or if you don't stay together. That is not something that I could really make a comment on, as it is a personal decision depending on the depth of the relationship and how you see life, and if you guys can enjoy the journey that you've come and how far you want to continue it, if at all. Prince, yes, Prince, I got you there for sure. Undertaker, we've got some fascinating names, handle names, in screen names. Undertaker. He or she. You see, none of you guys remember, not none of you, some of you don't remember that our rule is to let me know if you're a man or woman and how old you are and where you're tuning in. So at least I will know who I'm talking to. Otherwise, I have to keep saying him, her, where. I don't know how old you are. I don't know how to angle it. So please give me the info. Throw me the bone. Dr. Evil is talking now. Give me the info so I will know who I'm talking to. Undertaker says, is it normal for girls to lust over you online? I am asking you, Mehran Dadbeh. I don't get it. Is this question about if girls would like me, would have a intimate interest in me online, I don't think I'm online. Maybe I guess 20, 30 years ago I might have been on some dating online, I don't know. But if it's still hanging around, well, so be it. But or is it about you that you're saying it? You means you. But you say, I'm asking you, Mehran. So, I mean, it's quite frightening when your screen name is Undertaker and then you're asking this question. I'm a bit nervous now. So clean up the question and let me know. Do you mean if I have encountered a lady, a young lady, old lady, a female, to have shown interest to me while where online? I mean, here on Live Talks? Maybe one or two, I don't know. But it's probably their kindness, nothing serious in some. Don Diego says, why is there a tendency for people not to be in control of our mind? That we have to unlock our mind through various means like watching this video. I'm not quite clear, Don. I think you're trying to ask me why is there a tendency for people not to be in control of their mind. It's not about tendency that they're not in control of their mind, Don. It's about that every one of us, since we have been born, we have been conditioned. If you remember the video that I've made in regards to thought and consciousness, the relationship between thought and consciousness, what is thought, what is consciousness, how they're related, how they come about, where is thought is born, how is thought born, how is consciousness put together, the analogy of the libraries, analogy of the thought and the books in the library, and all these things that we talked about. And we went back thousands of years ago when the man had just come out of the cave and understood that he can understand, was experiencing things. And we talked about how consciousness is put together, how thought is born. So if you recall all those videos, which I hope you've watched them, if you haven't, you can go on the playlist called The Psyche, and in the playlist Psyche, The Psyche, it's got nothing to do about the relationship, but it has a lot to do about thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego. And we discussed these concepts there. Then you will know that it is not that they don't want to be in control of their mind, it's that the fact that they have been conditioned to be in a certain way and act and react in a certain way according to their conditioning, and not according to being aware of how their mind functions, how their thought, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego play a role in their day-to-day negotiation of life. That's why they need to learn what it is that they call thought. Where does it come from? What is consciousness? Why do they act the way they do? Where does that come from? So why is that the other person acts and feels and reacts in a different way than they do? That's all because of their consciousness. So these consciousnesses have been put together based on the conditionings that we've all received, depending on which society and where we have been raised and lived and so on. So that is why we now need to learn how we tick, how this machine, how this mechanical process works. So that's why you want to learn about yourself. I mean, we spend lots of time learning about everything, but we don't want to spend enough time to learn about how we function, how we tick. So this is why we do that. Now, somebody tell me, do I have lots of lags? Because I see there's the wheel of death here keeps going, which shows me I'm frozen. But I wonder if my voice is also frozen or not. Let me put the lights a little bit more. Maybe that will help. All right. Let's see. So let me know if still lagging, or is it the picture lagging, or is it both voice and picture? I hope it's not the voice. The picture will eventually fix itself. Abhi says, I have a question. As much as I remain busy in a day, I don't have any thoughts going in my mind, but as soon as I become free, thoughts about to come more and more about past experiences. What to do? Well, obviously, you are dissatisfied from the way you have handled the past experiences. That's why you keep going back in there. You try to fix something. That's why you haven't left it alone, because to you it's like a drawing that you didn't complete the drawing. I don't care about how well you drew it, but you didn't complete the drawing. So you're trying to go back in there. You're not satisfied from your drawing. You think you would have liked to draw it differently. So now you keep going back to your consciousness memory, and you're bringing out that concept or that experience, and you're going in there debating with yourself and trying to imagine you're dealing with it differently. You're saying different things and you're seeing it differently because you have now more information than you had then. So now you're trying to patch that up the way you like it to have been handled now. But then you weren't now, you were then. You weren't the person that you are now. You didn't know the stuff that you know now. But you want to fix that as you would have fixed it today. So perhaps that is one of the reasons. So deal with it once and for all and satisfy yourself, or just say, hey, whatever it was, it doesn't exist, it's dead. So why am I trying to fix something that is dead and doesn't exist? What difference does that make? I don't have to worry about it, because if it doesn't exist, it doesn't matter. It only matters if it's still now and I'm dealing with it. But if it's no longer happening, so whatever it was, it's a memory, it's dead, it's non-existent, so I don't have to fix anything that is not in existence anymore. It's like saying, you know, my car's tire had a flat tire, had a puncture, but it's now, you know, you bought a new tire or somehow it's fixed. But you keep thinking about, oh, it had a flat tire. Well, why are you thinking about that flat tire doesn't exist anymore? It's no longer then when there was a puncture in your tire. It's now. And you're on a different road, in a different vehicle. Why you keep thinking about that car that one day you were driving had a puncture? However it was, you've passed over it. It's gone. Either you fixed it, you bought another tire, bought another car, sold the car, you're on a different road, different town, different city. Whatever it is, that car and that tire doesn't exist anymore. So why is it that you go in there to fix what? To fix something that is dead? To fix something that is no longer there? So it doesn't make sense. Let it go. Just don't pay attention to a thought that comes to your mind, because just because a thought appears in your mind doesn't mean it needs to be paid attention to or handled. It often needs to be ignored. Say, nah, bullshit. I don't give a shit. I've already dealt with this, or I don't care. Just go on, pay attention to the now. Why? Because if you're here and you keep thinking about what it was and trying to deal with that, which it really doesn't matter anymore, so you're actually missing the idea and the chance of living the now. The now is becoming past itself without you having used it. Because while you're in the now, you keep thinking about the past. So even your now is turning into past, which turns the life that you call living becomes the death in the past. Your today's life, your living today, becomes death of the past. That's what you don't want to do. So let it fall aside. If you want, you can go to my site and acquire that book in the form of ebook, very nominal, I don't know, $4.99 or something. It's Transient Thoughts and Me. And Transient Thoughts, it's talking about thoughts, how to handle the thoughts that come to your mind and you don't want them, you don't have anything to do with them, you don't know where they come from, why they're there, how to handle them, how to understand them, and that will set you free, and that will help you to understand some of the things you can do with it. Now, Carpe Diem says, thumbs up for Mehran. Come on. Why? What did I do? What did I say? Carpe Diem says, 11 watching, but 5 likes. Help out. No, no, no. Don't make it so easy. This is not where you can free yourself from the obligation of having been helped with this channel and used it and so on and so forth. I want you guys share the videos that you like on your social media. It doesn't have to be the breakup things if you're embarrassed, so the world will not know that you're normal and you broke up. If you don't want that, okay. But go to my playlist. There's so many videos that have nothing to do with breakup, but it's very meaningful and nice. So share them and promote the site, and somehow so we can have more subscribers to our YouTube channel. That would be then the support. Don't make it that easy for yourself. Now, Undertaker says, I'm a man who forgot to give you your tea. That's right. That's right. I'm now having cranberry with beet crystallized powder from Germany. And that's a lovely drink. And hot water, of course. So could anyone finally answer me that is it lagging? Is it not lagging? Is the voice okay? Does it come through all right? So I would like, because I see sometimes it's stuck here, the wheel of death keeps turning, it lags. So I want to make sure at least the voice is not interrupted and you can hear what I'm saying, because once its recording is done, then it won't lag. Only on the live talk that sometimes it might. So help me out, guys. Give me a feedback on it. So getting back to the numbers, wow, we got lots of questions, and I thought I'll be done in about half an hour and go to the gym. Okay, we'll spend another 15 minutes or so, and then we'll end it. Atul Jazwal, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. He says, sir, I love a girl. Congratulations. And she is my neighbor. Oops. Well, very convenient. She said she is in relationship. Ouch. But her talks tells me that she is lying. She lies or doesn't lie. None of your business, Atul. If she is really interested, she would give you a proper signal that you would feel it. But you can't hold her, hold it against her that she said she's in a relationship, but you think she's lying. So what? Maybe she doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, or doesn't want to get to know you, and that's her excuse by being polite. So let me read the rest. From 4 months, I'm confused and in depression, also suffering from overthinking. Why are you in depression? She's not your girlfriend. She is not. I think what's happening is that you have created this fantasy for yourself that you like her and you want to marry her, and she's your neighbor, and you think you know her because you guys share the same vicinity, same neighborhood, and you think it's already means you know her. And maybe it's difficult for girls and guys to know each other in India, not as easy as you would like it to be. Culturally, it's a little different. And now she's your neighbor, so it's a chance to get to know this girl, and you like her. But she's not your girlfriend to be depressed or confused. You have no right on her, and she has no reason to want to necessarily tell you the truth or not, unless you have created this in your mind that she's your girlfriend, and now you're mad at her that she's possibly lied to you, or is she or not, thinking and have conjured up in your mind that she's your girlfriend. She's not. First, understand that. You've got no expectations from her. You shouldn't. She's not your girlfriend. You're not her boyfriend. You have no relations. She's your neighbor. Treat her as a neighbor. Don't try to hit on her. Don't try to make her uncomfortable that she would have to find this way of defending herself or evading your questions or whatever her purpose is. Just be a neighbor. And if there would be anything more, let her show it to you. Don't go hunting, as we men have this gene from thousands of years ago, millions of years, that we just keep pursuing the female, and that's in our gene, that's our characteristic, that's what we're supposed to do. But do wait for some signal that it is appropriate to go for that pursuit. Otherwise, you'll be dubbed as a pervert or someone who's annoying. Don't make females uncomfortable just because you see a female and you're programmed for procreation, programmed to follow and pursue female in your genes, and now you see it, so you think, now I gotta go. No, you don't have to go for any female that walks about or you see. You got to now, in a civilized time of ours, communicate and see if there is two-way communication, or is it your interest only. If you're cordial, polite, and respectful, and kind, and be yourself, be a neighbor, nothing more, expect nothing more, and if there's something interesting in both ways, she will express it. And if she doesn't, respect it. Move on. Freeze yourself and makes people like you because they feel safe around you. Not that, oh, we got to hide from this guy because he's going to pounce on that girl. I mean, that's how the girls start thinking. Make environment comfortable for a female to be around you. And if there was appropriate and communication was two-way street, both cordial, and she expressed her willingness to get to know you better, then you will take another step. Otherwise, somehow it's like a jump in track, or if you're on a horse, you're trying to jump over an obstacle in a competition. Whether you're on a horse or you by yourself want to jump over a fence, if you jump earlier than its time, that it's distance, appropriate distance to the fence, if you jump earlier, you will crash into the fence. And if you jump too late, you will hit into the case. So it has to be a proper timing. You have to know where you put your steps, how far, when, and that would feel perfectly right. Then you would approach to make that leap. Otherwise, you leap before everything is in tune and proper, you will crash and you will damage yourself and damage the fence. Same thing when you're meeting a girl. You gotta go slow and proper and respectful and friendly and not threatening. And if she reciprocated, if she was also comfortable, and you will feel it both, communication was going well, and then you will take the next step, the leap, to ask her for a tea or seating or something, Otherwise, you conjure up, oh, she's a girl, she's pretty, I want her, then I want it, and now she's lying to me. What? You should have no expectation from her. Who are you to her? Just be a neighbor. And then you'll be fine, and she'll be fine, and then see what happens, if anything. And what you call love, Atul, it might not be love, it's a lust. You can't love a girl just by seeing how pretty she is, or it's according to your expectations or standards of what you want a female of your choice to be. Love only happens when you guys bond on consciousness level and you get to know each other for a long enough time to exchange communication, exchange understanding how your consciousness is put together, how hers is put together, how you guys function, think, and your opinions and ideas about things that have to do with how your upbringing has been and how your conditioning has been. If you bond on consciousness level and then be able to get to know each other further and further and court each other for a long while, then you will see if love is created or not. Otherwise, everything else that you call I love somebody, how could you love somebody? You would love a physical, you will like, that's lust for physical presence. And we're all programmed for that. But love is a deeper level, is a level that has to do with the mentality and the energy exchange and all the communication, fascinations and subjects that you can experience. That's not love just because you see a pretty girl walking by. There's millions of pretty girls. If that's the case, you can be in love with every one of them. But none of them are. So cool off on that, using that word so easily. Undertaker said, it's about you, Mehran. It's always about you. How could it be about me? First of all, where are you tuning in? And give me the usual info. And then, so you're asking me if any woman has expressed interest in me in these live talks, you mean? Is that what you mean? Well, I haven't noticed really. I haven't noticed really. Everybody is nice and cordial, and I don't, you know. So, carpe diem. That is not true, Undertaker. Mehran is very wise man. I don't really understand what's going on here. Okay. Saul Marino says, thank you, you're welcome. He says, I'm Spaniard. Oh, okay. Ole. My name is also biblical. Ah, Saul. It must be Saul. Saul. Yeah, I've heard the story. I do hate my name because King Saul was a hard-headed and jealous king that met his doom. Yeah, but I think, as I remember the story, he also learned and became a disciple, I believe. So don't hate your name. First of all, it's your name. You can't hate yourself. There's one person in this world that you should learn to love first. It's through your conduct, your actions, your contribution to yourself, to your family, to your society, that all that makes you have enough reasons and justifications to be proud of yourself and say in the mirror every night or every morning, you look in the mirror and in a flash, you see everything about you. And what I want you to feel when that happens is to feel that that's a good man I see there. Then you can easily say, I love you, to yourself, into the mirror, and give yourself that feeling of confidence and love. And then when you love yourself because of what we just talked about, your behavior, your interaction with life, your accomplishments and contribution to the society and so on, you will love yourself truly, and you will have confidence to be able to love a significant other or others, whatever and however you decide, if they qualify. So you can never ever say you hate yourself. And he says, although it is said that he was very handsome. Okay, then there we go. Oh, I see. King Saul, you mean? Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't matter where your name comes from. Now it is your name. So it represents you. So the image is you, nothing else. And Carpe Diem says, do you do any mindfulness activities during the day, Mehran? Well, the mindfulness is not something that you should be doing when you say I should be doing mindfulness. Mindfulness is supposed to be a way of life, is part of how you have conditioned yourself. You know? It's like walking. When you walk, you don't think about walking. You're just walking, because that's a default way of walking. You don't say, now I'm going to be walking in a certain way, in the way that I do walk. No, you don't say that. You just walk the way you do. So mindfulness is supposed to be state of your being, how you negotiate life. And of course, you need some training on it, which would include meditation, which a very good style of meditation is in Me, My Psyche and I, my book. You can get the ebook, and it's an elaborate explanation of how that meditation takes place. And the rest of it is this understanding of thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, their role they play, how they interact with each other, what the entirety, the center of you is all about, rather than just the physical abilities or physical representation or presentation of you, or bits and pieces of what the entirety of you must learn about. You must learn about the entirety of you, the whole center of you, the understanding of the totality of you, and then the mindfulness would appear when you have all these that we talked about, plus meditating to understand the relationship between your mind and body, relationship between the energy of the nature and the energy that flows through you, and then you learn about all this, and totality of it would bring about that mindfulness that is supposed to be the way you function, not just you decide, okay, let me go sit there for 5 minutes, be mindful, and then I'll be again, you know, unmindful. You know, so so Carpe Diem says, more thumbs up for Mehran. Go. Okay. Don Diego, thank you for specification. He says, you're welcome. I mean, clarification. He says, Carpe Diem YouTube feed is great today. Oh, good then. I'm glad. Robert says, voice is good, only momentary stop. Okay, all right. As long as it'll probably be okay when it's uploaded. And Carpe Diem says, 6 more likes, watchers. If you like Mehran Dadbeh comment, please give him thumbs up. No, remember what I said. These are just hooplas and ringing the bell. You're trying to get out of it easy. Carpe Diem. We need real support by everyone. You need to be shared, the videos to be shared on social media, topics of discussion, the site to be given more exposure. And now that the t-shirts are there, you know, go and get t-shirts. Channel needs money. I'm tired of spending all that money for it. Now, Carpe Diem, okay. Now, Rohan says, good morning from Mumbai. Good morning. And need to promote this channel. Yes, Carpe Diem. Now you got it. Mr. Dadbeh is great. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. We have Rolling On says, it's lagging a bit, but better than last time. Oh, okay. Better than last time. That means, or maybe the last time was the time that it was really bad when you were up, where we were on. Because we've been having a good ones. Past 2, 3 were really good. Robert, only a very momentary voice pause on lag. Okay, all right. Mehran, when will you be live next? You know, Carpe Diem, it's, I don't know. Because of my schedule, the things that I'm busy with, clients and Skype consultation, which goes on quite a bit. And by the time I'm finished with consultations on Skype, you all know that you can go on my site, and if you want to need a one-on-one on a specific issue that you don't want it to be on live channel, and we want it to be handled in a lengthy way, in an interactive way, in a complete way, not just the bits and pieces, then of course you can go on the site and on the talk to me for consultation, and you know, choose a package and book it, and we will talk on Skype. So when I do that during the day, sometimes I had enough of it. I don't want to talk anymore. You know, I want to take my hat off, put it somewhere else, and no more mind that Sixth Truth person, and go and just run or walk by the beach or go to gym or, you know, watch a movie or do something. However, so that's why I really don't exactly know when is the next time. It could be tomorrow, it could be tomorrow morning, it could be tomorrow night, it could be a few days from now. I don't know. It could be morning, it could be night. It just depends on you know, how time works out and how enthused I am because of the not too many consultations on that day. So my brain is still not smoking. It's not steaming and it's fresh. So now Southern Cowboy. My goodness, everybody has names but their own name. So I gotta call somebody Southern Cowboy, the other one Carpe Diem, the other one Rolling On, the other one Sitting Up, and the other one, it reminds me of a native joke, which I don't think it's appropriate to say it here. So therefore, we go on. The Southern Cowboy says, I feel so depressed right now. That's not good. She broke up with me. Well, join the club. I mean, that you're not alone. That's the first thing that helps you to not to be depressed. It's not an anomaly. You're not the only one that was picked out to be broken up with. Every one of us have had breakup situations, whether we broke up or they broke up with us. And the ones who haven't had it, they will. So this is a club that everybody is either have already signed up or will join a little later on. So no worries. If you are actually been broken up with, that means you're normal. you're having a normal life, and that is how it is for the rest of us. So he says, she broke up with me, but at the same time I feel she just wants time off. This girl loved me. She showed me off to her family until I messed up. I'm not sure what to do. Sometimes the best thing to do is do nothing. We used to practice Aikido in university, and we were taught that there are 3 ways of fighting and 3 ways of winning a battle. One is to sit down and prepare and exercise and prepare for the battle and how you want to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to, use this technique. I want to use this and that, so forth. And you have this plan, and you go to your battle, and you do whatever you got to do. You win or whatever. The other one is that you're just walking in the street, and something happens, and you instinctively defend yourself, and you manage whatever it is, the battle. The third one, which is the most effective one, is the one that you do nothing. Look, if it was a dojo, somewhere that I could demonstrate to you, maybe one day when we have enough money, I'll have a studio and I could actually use a helper or standing up, showing you what I mean, and then you can apply it to the real life. When you sit and plan for a fight or for a battle and you go and do it, well, that's one way. But when you're also walking in the street, that something happens and you collide with something and you deal with it right away as an instinct. The other way is that this person and this person is coming toward each other. Look, they're coming each other. And this is you. No, it's not so. Yeah, this is, which one is it? I'm confused. This hand, yeah, is you. So you're coming, and this is coming, and as soon as you get towards each other, and you just switch away. So this guy is going to attack you and attacks you, but you just switch away. In other words, you just let it slip by. You don't collide with it. You don't start fighting with it. You simply get out of the way and look. The person with his own inertia will end up falling because there's nothing to collide with. If it comes like this and collides with this one, his energy goes into this one and collides. They're colliding. But what if he just comes around and as soon as he wants to collide, he just turns? So he falls down because there's nothing to hold him. So the idea is to not be there when something happens. That's doing nothing and winning. That's the best way to actually do nothing and win. So right now, the best thing for you, do nothing. Give her time, do your thing, focus on your life, build your life. If she approached you, if she contact you, just be a good person. Don't hash up the old stuff. Don't try to get a commitment of any sort. Just be there, meaning make no action, just be there. Your presence, your energy. You don't have to get some assurances of this way or that way to make yourself feel ha ha ha. Well, things happens in life. Maybe today you're fine, tomorrow she will change her mind. So you can't go up and down because of it. Just be yourself, be a good person. And then whoever will see the quality will appreciate to come around. And you made a mistake, okay. Now don't do anything and see if she will recognizes that you're aware that you made a mistake. Now, Abhi says, thank you for changing live talks timing. And thanks for advice. Love your laugh. Lots of love. Thank you, Abhi. I will try to have different live talks on different times, so we'll kind of suit everybody's agenda or time zones. So, Carpe Diem said, I agree, Abhi Mehran is great. Carpe Diem is my promotional manager today. Olga says, Mehran's awesome. Oh my goodness, I'm very popular today. And Carpe Diem says, of course, I agree. Olga, gee, I have such a big head. I don't know how am I gonna, go out of my door to go to the gym today. It's now really big. And right on 12 watching, he says, well, 12, when it's 12,000, then we made it somehow. 14 thumbs up, 11 watching. Good job, friends. Rolling says, can you talk about if family class difference can create problems in long run? She grew in family of blue collar jobs and I grew up in white collar. This is also related to intercultural relationship. Yes, that's a big question, Rolling. I would ask you to agree we could bring this question up next time. So I'll be fresh and not rushing to finish it, because I think I'm looking forward to finish tonight and answer short questions and then get ready to go to to exercise and so on. So, but that's a good question and I like to address it. It's a long answer, so I prefer to do it at a time that we're all fresh. Abhi says, this live talk has become a funny talk just because of the names. Yeah, and Carpe Diem says, Southern, we are in the same, okay, now Carpe Diem talking to Southern and Southern is talking to Cowboy. And Carpe Diem says, will you ever have a promotional book tour across Canada? Listen, I don't know, because the books are expensive and they're big books. They're not like 100 pages. They're like 360 in one and 600 on the other. The smallest one is Transient Thoughts and Me, which is a little bit, just, a little 200 or something, a little over, or just about. But these books, once a bookstore tries to promote it, yeah, of course, but hasn't happened yet. So people still find our channel accidentally. It's not exposed that well. We only have 14,000 subscribers, and our Facebook page has 16,000. These are peanuts compared to the numbers that really would make a difference in revenue for the channel and in revenue for the site. so we'll have enough revenue to promote the books, or take road trips to do speaking engagements, unless I'm invited to some event somewhere for speaking engagement in some country or some city, which of course depending on the details of it, I would be more than happy. So they'll all come. There's some marketing needs to be done, so people will find out about what we do, our work here at the channel and the contents. And so brochures are being made. I'm preparing brochures and things, and marketing things that we need. Hopefully people will get to know, but the main part of the people getting to know us is through you guys. Let's say you're 10 or 11 today, but videos, of course, you can see over the years, 200,000-300,000 people have seen one video, and 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 the other. Altogether, we have reached over 1.3 million people during the past few years, which compared to many other channels that they have millions of viewers in a month, we really haven't done anything. But we are not, as far as, not that we haven't done anything, I mean, we haven't been able to attract enough people. And of course, as you all know, those channels who try to help people with their relationships or breakups or things, most of you have, or all of you who have told me their contents is just not helpful and not really deep enough. But yet, they're doing something for their marketing that works. They've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they've got millions of viewers. So go figure. Our contents, of course, everybody says is second to none. Nobody even approaches it the way that we have, but we don't have the numbers. So that's why we need you guys to promote it any way you can. Happy says, no, we got that one. And so tap on that, which I don't know what that means. Joey, maybe it can. Carpe Diem says, Mehran, you have awesome analogies. Love it. Thank you, sir. You're quite welcome. Rolling on. Okay, sure. You can just make a short video on this topic. Ah, thank you. Thank you for the homework. Rolling. It would probably be something for our live talk. So next time, catch me, and I'll be more than happy to discuss it. Okay, guys, I think we've had enough of talk today, and I thank you very much for your time, and glad that you guys could make it. Look forward to our next time. Please be good to yourself, to the others, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.